Good morning, Smith Shoes. Mike, good morning. Kevin Brand, Soccer Mom of One, good morning. I hope we are all doing well this morning. Morning. Say Jack. I am dressed as Jack Frost. Good morning, Mr. Gemini. Good morning, Deb. How are you doing this morning? Cheryl Lynn, morning and happy Halloween. Well, happy Halloween to you as well. Hope it's not as cold down there where you are, Kevin. I got some friends who live in Oklahoma who got a whole bunch of freezing rain and snow last night. But you're in South Carolina. Hopefully it didn't hit you. Oh. Cool costume. Well, thank you, Smith Shoes. I'm going to a Halloween party tonight and reading cards. I'm going as a winch. That's cool. Hope you have fun, Deb. Good morning, Louise. Happy Halloween. Glad you could be here today. We had flurries yesterday, and there's frost this morning. Diana Bowman, good morning. Glad you could be here this morning. Chatterbox. Chatterbox. You didn't. I saw you posted your email address, and sweetheart, I took that off of the comment because I don't want the world to know your email address. You don't want the world to know your email address, so I removed that. And I tried to email you back. You said 10 p.m., but you didn't say what time zone. So that's why in the scroll on the screen here, it doesn't say Eastern, Pacific, where, what your time zone is. If you could tell me that, I'll quickly add it to the scroll here so everyone will know. And good luck tonight. I hope to try to catch your stream tonight. Central. Okay, thank you. 1 second. There we go. Oh, it cut off the last part. It cut off the send. Oh, darn it. Try that again. why it tried to spell it out. There. That should be better. Morning, Oma. Now let's see if it actually. Very good. Now it abbreviated to CT, like I put in before. I don't know why I tried to spell it out. I was probably Grammarly who did that. Y'all don't want to read anything that I have to write unless I use Grammarly. I'm terrible at it. Let's see here. What did I miss? Thank you. Oh, you're welcome, Chatterbox. Good morning, Will. Happy Halloween. Thank you, So-So. Hope you have a happy Halloween yourself, and welcome to the stream this morning. Glad you could be here. Hooray for the live streams and specials tonight. Yeah, there's a lot. I've only got these 3 on here that I'm promoting, but I know there's quite a few different channels that are doing things tonight. Over in the UK, a channel that I follow from the UK, Dan and Mazzy with the Travel Trolls TV. I think Dan said that he recorded 9 pre-recorded videos, plus they're doing, I think, a live stream later on, which is now morning time here on the Pacific Coast where I am. But they're doing a lot. They're doing quite a few. I know a couple others who are in Scotland who are doing specials today. So they would actually be this afternoon my time, so evening time theirs. Evelyn McDonald, happy Halloween from Ireland. Good morning and welcome to the stream. Laurie, Beth, happy Halloween. Welcome to the stream. Glad you both could be here this morning. Quite a few channels out there that are doing things tonight. It's always nice to see that. My son's too young to do much like trick or treating or anything like that. That and they've pretty much made trick or treating, a non-event. Kids are not allowed to go door to door in my area because of COVID. So what the city is doing is they've taken it's a pretty good sized parking lot. I think you could probably park 80 or 90 cars there. And what they're doing is they're doing what's called a trunk or treat. So all the city, like police cars and service vehicles and stuff are parking along one side in the parking lot, and they're handing out candy from the actual trunk or treat. And there's costume prizes, best, scariest costume, best, originality, and stuff like that. And they have other events there besides the trunk or treat. Kristalina, Bacteria, happy Halloween. Thank you. I'm glad you can make it this morning. But it's a fun, safe Halloween event for children. We might take my son to it or not. It all depends on how he's feeling. He's been under the weather a little bit the last couple of days. I knew he wasn't feeling all that great when he stopped running around, and being the rambunctious terror that he normally is. I mean, he's 4, so. Yeah, and everybody who comes into the trunk or treat thing, the children or adults that who are setting up, they all have to be pre-screened before they come into the event. And they put up a fence along the perimeter of it, so there's only one entry and one exit point, so they can control people coming and going from it. Oh, he's feeling better. He started yesterday, Lori, about I think it was about 8 p.m. our time, just maybe about a half hour or so before bedtime. I tried to get him into bed earlier and on a schedule, because he does go back to school on Monday, 2 days a week as opposed to 4. He's going back Mondays and Tuesdays for only 2.5 hours each day. But he's feeling better. He's still running a slight low-grade fever, but he seemed to have more energy. He was running around and doing all the things that he normally would do, being a complete nut. Good morning, I see you. Welcome to the stream. Glad you could be here this morning. Hope you are doing well. Weather change is kitten my butt. Excuse me. I didn't mean to cough into the microphone there like that. Sorry. I miss the old days in the 70s. We would hit the neighborhood at dusk. It was so little, man, feels bad. Yeah, he's getting better. I remember when when I was younger, and good morning, Duct Tape Bandit. When I was younger, we used to go trick or treating, and about dusk, or right in there, and we would go until, well, people turned their porch lights off. Oh, thank you for the super chat there, Leave It to Beaver. I appreciate that. Thank you very much, and good morning. Welcome to the stream. I just moved houses. I'm exhausted, did it all myself. I'm sorry. Well, I hope you enjoy your new place. I see you. Hope your son feels better soon. My great grandson's 6 months old and has HSP ATM. He needs oxygen to help him breathe. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Evelyn. I'm not familiar with that, what HSP is. Love my home. I can make a home anywhere. It's a talent. Oh no, sending prayers to your great grandson Evelyn. My sciatic nerve has never been hurting. Has been hurting since last Sunday. I don't know what to do to help it. My right butt cheek, TMI. No, doesn't anyone have suggestions to help me? I'm hurting. Sciatic nerve pain. I do not know of anything that really can help with sciatic nerve pain. What I've done for when my sciatic nerve kicks up is I use Blue Emu. It's kind of like it's along the lines of, I'm trying to explain what Blue Emu does. It's muscle relaxant, but it's a cooling gel like stuff you can rub on there. Marianne, well, welcome to the becoming a channel member. I hope you enjoy the content, Marianne. And thank you. You can rub it. I know what it sounds stupid, but my sciatic nerve bothers me. You can rub it. Yeah. Well, I use it. It comes in a little container about that high, round. Blue Emu. You can buy it in just about any pharmaceutical place that sells pharmaceuticals. It's usually stored on the shelf right next to like Bengay and Aspercreme. It's right in that general vicinity in the store. Straight emu oil works too. Yeah, Oma. I actually No joke. I actually started using Blue Emu for rheumatoid arthritis that I have in my hand. But and I saw a commercial on TV. It had Johnny Bench, who was a professional baseball player, and he was a catcher. And he had he said that he used it. So I was like, I've never heard of this product before. I'll try it. So I went to the store and actually bought it, and it works. It works pretty damn good, especially if you have arthritis, or achy joints, and it works on sciatic nerve. Just rubbing it in to the area that hurts. Other things that I've done is heat pad. Just lay down and make yourself as comfortable, or sit upright, whatever is more comfortable for you. I've done everything, stretch yoga poses, but nothing helps. I hear tennis balls on the nerve, but I'm not sure I'm gonna get some of that. And another thing you can use, duct tape bandit. It's something that my mother-in-law and has used for years. Is a back roller, and I don't have one in here. Okay, so you know what a noodle looks like? Kids use them in like a pool to play with, and the hollow ones you can use to insulate a pipe with. It's made out of it's not foam, it's some kind of plastic, but they sell a bigger one that is solid, and you can put that on the floor and just lay down on it and then roll your back with it on there. My mother-in-law swears by it, but every time I lay on it, I hear my back pop in a million places, and I'm afraid I'm going to snap something for good. But some people, seem to, like along the lines of the tennis balls. Tiger Balm. I've used Tiger Balm, but I have an allergic reaction to Aspercreme. I can't remember it's the same thing as an Aspercreme. It's in Tiger Balm, and it's also in a couple of the other pain remedies like that you'd rub in. I can't use it because I break out in like little red bumps wherever I rub it on my skin, so I can't use it. But yeah, I know a lot of people who've tried it. It hurts to sit down, bend down. It is right in my butt crack. I fell at work and broke my lumbar and that's when it started hurting. Oh, jeez. I'm sorry. That sounds painful. I hope you find some relief from it. Good morning, Inner Peas. Welcome to the stream this morning. Glad you could be here. Australian Dream Cream works well, but don't know if you can buy it there. I've never heard of it here. Cement shoes. Hope it works for somebody. K Love, good morning, sweetheart. Hope you are doing well. Welcome to the stream. So I use Tiger Balm. I use it on my knees for arthritis. I don't have arthritis in my knees. I've had them both scoped, and then I have a partial. Well, I guess they don't. I wouldn't say partial because that gives the wrong idea. I've had a three-quarters of my left knee replaced. I have an artificial joint. I just don't have the stainless steel joint ball where they cut the bone. They actually put it's plastic and metal, or I guess some kind of plastic. I'm not a doctor, but they did a three-quarters, so they actually covered the upper joint and the bottom, and then I have an artificial kneecap. Yeah. The older I get, the more I fall apart. As my wife would say, my warranty has expired. And of course, as soon as my warranty expired, that's when this started to fall apart. Good morning, Mandy. Welcome to the stream this morning, Mandy. I hope you are doing well. Faithful One, good morning. Welcome to the stream. Hope you are doing great this morning on this All Hallows Eve. Downtown Gabby. Downtown Gabby. Good morning. Welcome to the stream. Glad you could be here this morning. You know, where did that go? The stream, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it stops and a whole bunch of them shoot by right now this morning. Must be some kind of latency with the my internet. But I'm reading full strength. Lori Staggs, good morning. Hope you are doing well this morning, Lori, and welcome to the stream. Glad you could be here. Rebecca Leon, welcome from Arizona. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Debbie, good morning, Will. Good morning, everyone. Have a happy Halloween. We will. I hope you will, too. Stay safe out there. Stream's good here, Will. Good. Good. Oh, Tammy Kid, I've had 6 major spinal surgeries. I have rods, bolts, cages, plate drilled into my spine. Then they broke my spine in 2 spots to attach everything and to create a small in my back, pain every day. I'm sorry, Tammy. I really am. Wish there was something we could all do for you to help relieve your pain. Gino, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing. Is it pronounced Giannetti? Gino Giannetti from Yorkshire, UK. Good morning, or good evening, Gino Giannetti. Welcome to the stream. I hope you are doing well. Glad you could be here this morning. You have to use pressure to stretch and improve the nerve. Heat tropicals are useless. I solved it. Solved a month-long total LA leg complete numbness, almost paralyzed with a rolling pin. Like a rolling pin? If it works, I guess, right? Chronic pain is atrocious. Yeah. Carpe diem, good morning. Thank you, so. Happy Halloween, Jack Skellington. Good morning, Angela. Angel Eyes. Angel Eyes. Start reading 2 things at the same time. Olive. Morning, Olive. Did I miss someone named Olive? I hope not. If I did, I'm sorry. So what does everybody have plans for Halloween? Are you going out trick-or-treating with your children, grandchildren? Just gonna hand out candy, or what's going on in your area that you have planned for tonight or today? Downton Gabby, thank you. Glad you've been here so this long. Hope you enjoy the content, as you must be if you've been here for that long. Well, thank you for the super chat there, Carpe Diem. I appreciate it. I will have a blessed day, and you as well. What was your favorite costume as a child? So-so. Mine was a cowboy outfit that I got from my 4th birthday. There's a story behind that. Tramadol is good for a good non-narcotic pain reliever. I've had Tramadol before, but where I live, they're still pushing opiates at everybody. Unfortunately, you go into the hospital or non-emergency care, they are still pushing opiates like there is no tomorrow. So-so is going to be hiding from the boogeyman tonight. It was listed as a narcotic there, Carpe Diem. Suboxone. I can't have anything like that. I, as well as a friend, have withdrawal off of Tramadol before. Oh my God, the misery. Happy Halloween, Cece. Good morning. Hope you and the puppy are doing better. Did you make the costume? Not me. Okay, so I'll tell you about my favorite Halloween costume. When I was 4 years old, my mom and my family, we were living in, I think St. Paul, Minnesota at the time. My mom she had a fight with my dad, and she moved in with a friend of hers, and so it was me, my sister Dawn, my sister Laura, and my mom. We moved in with a friend of hers, and my mom had I think it was a 65 Nova tan 2-door. And I knew that my mom had all these gifts and stuff, in the trunk of the car. So I took my mom's keys. I went out to the car and I got into all the stuff in the trunk because, I'm just 4 years old. And then I climbed into the actual car and I was playing with the cowboy and Indian set. The guns and the plastic arrow and everything else. I'm playing with it all in the car. Well, I didn't, you're 4 years old. I didn't realize the car started rolling out of the back of the driveway, and it rolled down a slight, a thing, and it rolled out into the intersection. And here I am in a car rolling out of the driveway, and I see my mom running down the driveway, yelling and screaming. And I didn't know anything. What the hell am I going to do? I'm 4. But that was probably, I had that in an old steamer chest, like Hope chest, whatever you might want to call it. I had that until I was in my mid-20s. I still had it. The Hope chest and everything else got lost years ago, though. It was all in a storage unit that caught fire. But otherwise, I probably still have it to this day. But that was my favorite costume. Connie, good morning. Welcome to the stream. Oh, thank you. Jack Frost. I love the Nightmare Before Christmas. And well, I would say most of Tim Burton's movies and his work. I like a lot of it. I wouldn't say all of it. There's a couple things that he's done that I don't like. All handmade. It's the only way to do it right. Well, Cheryl Lynn, good morning. In case I missed you, Mandy Hall. Let's see, make sure I didn't miss anybody. Rain Dancer, good morning. Glad you could be here this morning. I hope you are doing well. Lisa 54, good morning. Shirley Johnson, my parents got married 78 years ago today. They both are in heaven. I asked them which got tricked and which got treated. Dad left next week for the Army. He served in all 5 European theaters. I'm sorry that, Shirley, that both your parents are now passed on. But it's better to know that they neither one of them are suffering anymore. And thank you to your dad and to anybody else out there who has ever served in the armed services. Will, did you ever do a live stream on the Watts finances? No. Me and my friend, we made a 3-part series on it only, and we left it at that. It's still, to this day, for some reason, every time Christopher Watts pops up in the news again, all 3 of those videos. Well, I shouldn't say all 3. Part 1 and part 3 pop up for some reason and suggestions, and I get a lot of comments about it and a lot of hate. A lot of hate. People don't like the fact that I was that I talked about their finances and I gave factual information about Christopher Watts in his own statement, along with Shannon's best friend, Nicole Atkins, made statements before we made the videos that obviously that one of the major stressors in their lives were their finances. And Chris said that one of his major stressors was always worried about money. So that's why we did the series, was to give background on the stressors within his life of what he said, pushed him to the edge. But people don't understand that. They're like, hey, you're bashing Shannon. I've never bashed a victim in my life. I would never do that. But the haters are going to hate. The keyboard warriors think that they know everything, and they only watch half or even less than that of the first one. They decide that guy, he's just as bad as the rest of them. Oh well, what can you do? Bloody Watts, yeah. Well, if you didn't get to see Cece's Diana last night, you gotta check her out. It was epic. I know I didn't get to see it. I can probably watch it after this. Rupal, good morning and welcome to the stream, Rupal. I hope you are doing well. So loves Tim Burton. Tim Burton, he does some great stuff. The other one, the one that I like, Tim Burton and M. Night Shyamalan. I'd like to see them do something together. That'd be great. But I don't know. I think Tim Burton's a little bit out there by himself in his own little world. But nothing wrong with that. They need to arrest NK too, but I think Watts is right where he needs to be. Well, Incarcerated, yes, but I believe his real place is in the 7th level of hell, burning for an eternity for what he did. I don't think that, life on this earth, and I think one more breath out of his, into his body is too much. It's more than his wife and his children got. He doesn't deserve to be here. Your grandfather had 2 Purple Hearts in World War II. Wow. Brave man, cement shoes. Brave man. Thank you to your grandfather for his service. Duct Tape Bandit, we'll have to go discuss someone out in the comments section of your video. Also, the financial situation was a factor in this case. It just was. They lived like millionaires when they were not. In a lot of ways, they did live above and beyond their means. In a lot of ways. And, people want to place blame looking from the outside in on the situation. And that's the wrong way to look at it without actually really diving into it and looking at where they spent their money and how they spent their money and how they earned their money. You have to look at the entire picture of it all. I mean, there were a lot of things that Chris did that were just absolutely ridiculously stupid that even a 4-year-old would understand. You don't spend money that way. Just as an example, he bought that 4Runner, that quad runner. He bought that on financing and then sold it. And still, even after getting that money and paying it towards a loan, he still had 2 years of payments he had to make on that 4Runner. 2 years. Why would you sell something so cheap? Yeah, it was brand new practically, but he sold it for a fraction of its retail value. He didn't use any of the money that he, towards other household bills, like they needed money. Well, I'll just go, sell this thing and put that towards the mortgage or whatever. No, he sold it and then put it all towards the loan and still had 2 years to pay on it. That is absolutely stupid. But that's beside the point. Sorry, I didn't make sense. Still waking up. Kevin, good morning. Man, this is over. The watch thing. Move on, people. In a lot of ways, Kevin. Yes, definitely. Move on. Tired of talking about them, but as it comes up in the news, and people want to speculate on if he's going to get a new trial or if the GoFundMe to raise $1 million is going to be successful. People want to talk about it. They want to hear about it, and they want to hear the facts. They don't want to hear somebody, give lies and speculation on the matter. They want the truth, and that's where it falls back on, on the cases that I research. Leah Watt, good morning. I have followed you forever and watched your channel. You have never bashed Shannon or anyone. No, I haven't, but thank you. I appreciate you watching for that long. Angel Eyes. It's just one of those things that the keyboard warriors, they do to try to upset people, to try to stir up drama, I guess would be the best way to put it. Coffee with CC, subscribe to you, and I'm enjoying your videos. Good morning, Short and Nice. I hope you are doing well. Welcome to the stream this morning. Yeah. I'm not fond of his face either. Oh, thank you for the super chat, Mandy. Love your outfit. Happy Halloween. Well, happy Halloween to you too, Mandy. I appreciate it. Yeah, a lot of it, Kevin, though, is well, Kevin's comment is weirdos watch videos about deceased people, let them have peace. I think it boils down to, Kevin, a lot of it is psychology. Human nature is to try to figure out what drives someone to want to do what they did. We want to understand, why did somebody do this? Why would somebody go to this extreme? It's not that they're watching dead people or watching videos about dead people. It's people are trying to understand the psychology behind the reason of the events. What took place? Is there something that we can learn as an individual watching it? We're trying to understand, is there something in here that we can watch as maybe a warning sign so we can keep ourselves safe? It's just like when we were, caveman and Neanderthals had discovered fire. And then the first person reached in and grabbed a rock. We learned not to grab the rocks that are hot and red inside the fire. So we learned, okay, don't grab a rock from fire. Bad, hurt hand. We learned. We then passed that tool on to somebody else. When somebody watches a story about, Christopher Watts or whatever, we're trying to learn, okay, that maybe there's something here in this story that we can learn for ourselves and then pass on, not only to protect ourselves, but to protect our loved ones. And that's why people do it. It's not that they're watching dead people or stories about dead people and hurting those. I mean, there are channels and there are people out there who go above and beyond, and I will freely admit that, to do as much as they can to hurt the families, to drag them through the mud, all for a buck. And that's the sad part of, having a internet or a venue like YouTube. They allow everything, underneath freedom of expression. And as bad as, if people who just stop watching that stuff, then, well, those people wouldn't exist. That content wouldn't exist. But in the meantime, it's there. And they will do everything they can to make a buck off of the tragedies. For myself, when it comes to the Christopher Watts case and the tragic events around it, I've donated 100% of every dollar that I've ever made on it. Super Chat, AdSense, and the sale of the T-shirts of Christopher Watts in the electric chair, and go to jail. Do not collect $200. Nicole Atkins, not Atkins, Kessinger. But I've donated 100% of that. I'm not in it for the money. Other people are. Other people have other motives for doing what they do. Some people want to do it because they want the fame and notoriety. They want people to look at them and say, you know what? I did something. It's wrong, but that's life. People do things for all kinds of reasons. Tim Burton rocks. That would be awesome. The collaboration, I agree. Yeah, wouldn't that be cool though? If you could do something like that. Critical K, last night's stream, she skimmed that Christopher Watts is doing in prison. He's famous in general population. He's not in general population. He's in protective custody, and he'll be in protective custody the rest of his life. If they let him in the general population, besides the fact that he would probably be, extorted, he would he'd have a giant bullseye paint on his back, but he is nowhere near general population. He's in a protective housing unit with other people who've committed, heinous crimes like him. There are, I think the last time I checked now, the numbers could be off a little bit, but I think that there were 6 other people in his housing unit who've all committed murder. The last time I checked, now it's been a while, so that could be it could be all of them now, or it could be, one other person besides himself. But in his actual housing unit, it's a 2-tier up and down. But in his housing unit, pod, whatever you call it, it's easy to check on that stuff too. It's right online. You can go to the Dodge Correction Center. As long as you know his inmate number, you can check on his status. I'm not saying that she didn't, that Critical K didn't. I'm just saying that a lot of people, they speculate. They're like, oh, he's in prison and he's in general population, or he's been moved to general population. Nope, never going to happen. Because people don't bother to spend the time to even research even the simplest thing. If it's not on the evening news in that tiny little sound bite, why spend the time to research it? I watch Critical K, but I haven't watched her content in probably a couple of weeks. I'm so far behind in following a lot of stuff. I don't even get onto Cece's channel all the time right now. I've just been so busy, and I love watching Cece's. Now, in case you guys haven't, I don't know if she's still here or not, but Chatterbox is tonight. She's doing a special at 10 p.m. Central, and this is the launch of her channel. There is one video on her channel right now, but if you type in Chatterbox, all one word, all right, put it in the search engine on YouTube, you can find her channel. But tonight she launches her channel. She's doing a special, and I think she said she's doing giveaways as well. So if you are looking for something to do at 10 p.m. tonight, Central Time. Now, Cece's channel, she's doing her special tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, EDT. So I'm doing my premiere at 8. So I try to pick one, a time frame that was, in there that where you can watch one and then watch the others. So depending upon where you are and what time zone. But hopefully you're able to watch them. Will, hope you to see you on CC's Halloween live tonight. I may be dressed as a tiger. Ooh, that'd be cool. I'm hoping I'm going to be back here. So it's almost 9 now. I should be back here by 5. And Cece's stream will be 6 p.m. my time, 9 p.m. her time. But I should be back here in time to catch it. Cross my fingers, knock on wood that I'm back in time. I'm golfing today. It'll be a cold day. I think today it's only going to be like 48 but then there's wind, and that drops it down to like 45, 42 right in there, depending upon the wind. So great. Not so great, actually. Liaison with the police here. Oregon situation also positive. I'm strong. Well, Rupel, I hope you stay strong. I just saw that they're going to cut the budget of the police department in Portland by $15 million. I'm speechless on that. The state of Oregon and the city of Portland spends so much money to subsidize the Timberwolves to have professional sports in their area. You could cut that off, and those professional sports teams from those billionaire owners, and we know who owns the conglomerate that owns and controls the Portland Trailblazers now, because it was Paul Allen's team, but they would survive if they didn't get the incentives and the money from the state of Oregon and from the city of Portland. And that would be just about $30 million that they give them in incentives and in money that they could use to put into their community programs. And instead of taking the $15 million from the police department, which according to the sheriff there, I think it was the sheriff or it was the chief of police, is going to force him to lay off up to 100 officers. I don't get it. I'll never understand that. That has got to be one of the most ridiculous things ever that I've ever heard of. Laying off police officers in a time when crime is already going up. It's already up in the Portland and the greater metropolitan areas around there. You need more. You need more training and more officers. You don't need less. You don't need to cut the police force by 100 officers. Look at Seattle. I mean, they should be the perfect place to look at. It's like, look what's happening there. That you can't get officers to want to stay on the job there. They're quitting left and right and resigning and transferring out any way they can. Feel sorry to everybody who lives in a metropolitan area where they've decided to slash the police budget because of whatever. And that 100 officers is not, those who are well-seasoned officers who are, maybe part of the problem. Instead of weeding out the problem, there's 100 officers and from completely different departments that are going to be gone. They're just going to have to close down the departments altogether because they just don't have the money if you take 15 million of their budget away. So I know people have different opinions and feel differently upon, law enforcement and everything else, but you have to look at the entire picture. Where is society going to be? Where is your city going to be if you get rid of the only people who are the safety net there in case something happens? What you going to have? People don't think about the long term. Well, if I get rid of the police department, defund them completely, and turn all the money over to community action, coalitions and stuff, they don't understand it. Well, who are you going to call when somebody hurts your child? Who are you going to call when somebody steals your car? You going to call Guido down on the corner, or call the Crips and have them come enforce it for you? Sad. It's really sad. I'm not in a basement, Kevin. I'm in my own studio. So you think I'm in the basement. This used to be a 2-car garage. I have this 2-car garage and I have another one that sits right next to it. This is the older one of the two. It was built, it used to be a 1-car garage that was originally built in 1944. And then the people who owned the house before me bulldozed that 1-car garage and they made it into a 2-car garage, which was done in 1988. So 44 years after the original one was built. I closed off both of the doors that the garage doors used to be here. One's a sliding glass door now, and the other half of it is a wall. It's a complete studio. I have paid to have this entire place, the electrical wire, everything else, all of it redone, insulation in the attics and the walls, and it's all smart wired, and it has its own Wi-Fi and backup sources. I'm not in a basement, but I'm glad that you think that I am. I'll worry about me. You worry about you. If my content or somebody else's content bothers you, you don't have to watch it, sir. You really don't. No one is forcing you to have to watch it. Go watch, something else, something that interests you. There's got to be something that interests you. Everybody has interest. Everybody has an opinion. How small is his cell, really, versus how much square footage was in his old house? Oh, cement shoes. His cell is pretty small compared to his home. Let's put it this way: his and Shannon's walk-in closet was larger than his cell that he currently resides in. Oh, mine? Cheryl, oh, Cece's. Cece's going to wear a costume too. That's cool. Lisa says she might dress up for too. He is evil, isn't he? Leslie, new book coming out on the watch that will blow the case open. Yeah, I've heard that. I want to see the factual information on that backs that book up. If it's by Miss Cadle, I wouldn't read a damn word of it. I've heard rumors about this book that's supposed to cast new light on the entire thing. Okay. I know, but I've got a friend, or should I say my Minnesota brother from another mother. No, wow. I'm sorry here. I'm trying to catch up with the chat here, and I know I'm missing some of the comments. Gotta go. Bye, Rupal. Stay safe. Okay, I can see that there is Orchid Mom. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. I was like, I could see it pop up at the top, but I couldn't see the actual well, it says. I didn't see. I could see the icon a little bit, but thank you very much. I really do appreciate the super chat. It's okay, Will. You do, you friend, can't catch them all, right? It's true. Excuse me. It is Dawn. That case is so last year. Reichardt Watts has not repented about what he did to his family. He's a liar. I don't think he ever will. I don't think that it's in his ability to ever repent for what he did. Now, while he's shoveling, and I'm sorry for my language here, while he's shoveling shit and burning in hell for an eternity, he can repent then. Bye, Lisa. Well, thank you for purchasing the super sticker, Lori. What did you get? It didn't show me what you. I think I have to be on streaming directly on YouTube to see the sticker you got. It's not showing me the sticker. But thank you anyways. I appreciate that. Will, what do you think about Cindy Ronnie Jamie's vid in prison? Okay. Gianna Marie. Will, what did you think about Cindy Ronnie Jamie's vid in prison? I haven't seen a video of Cindy, Ronnie, and Jamie. So I can't really comment on that, can I? Rain Dancer again, Portland. Andy at night. Portland, Andy at night. He restrained 6 to 9 streamers in the Portland protest and riots last night. Was insane. Bossy toes. They keep cutting police budgets, and we will go back to the Wild West days. I'm ready. Welcome to the stream, Bossy Toes. And it's going to get there, and it's going to be scary. And I know in my local area where I live, it's a smaller community than some of these major metropolitan areas, but they want to slash the police budget here by over 75%. And when the city council did that, someone had put up a petition on change.org to ask for the resignation for the city council. And they got something like 29,000 people to sign up in the first 2 days. Ooh, they backed the hell off of that in a heartbeat and changed their tone. Instead of slashing the police budget by 75%, they're going to go with 10. It's still stupid. Inslee's going out. Rain Dancer, as much as a majority, what it looks like, majority statewide, has been casting their ballots already in our state. I hate to say it, but I'm almost certain he's going to win re-election. There's just a lot of problems with Culp that a lot of people didn't realize at first, and they found out about just before the ballots went out to everyone. It's sad because there's a lot of things that he did wrong, but the west side of the state, over where you are, the majority of voters there are going to vote for him again, and he'll pick up a percentage from the east side of the state as well. But going back to Tombstone, Wild West shootout. It isn't experienced, but the major issue with Culp Rain Dancer is his stance on blaming sexual assault victims. That was the major thing that came out in the news. And then the lady who was doing I guess she's like his political spokesman. She pretty much affirmed his stance on it, and it's just sad and disgusting. But that came out just before the ballots went out, so it was still fresh in a lot of people's minds. Orchid Ma, see you later on live tonight. Got to run. Bye, Orca Ma. Thank you again for the super chat. I appreciate that. Now, my video tonight is not a live. Well, it's live. It's a premiere video, so you get to watch the video and chat with me in the chat section while it's streaming. So you have a great day today. Stay safe out there. Have you talked about the Biden family CCP connection? Shadok? I don't know what is CCP. I don't know what that is, Shadok. And if it now I don't know what that is, but I can tell you pretty much about when it comes to politics, I try to stay out of it. Especially during any kind of presidential election like this, because there's no faster way to make enemies, and to lose friends and family and start fights than to talk about politics. Because that's all the politicians want, is they want to divide us, and they want us to, to fight with ourselves over here at, what they consider the bottom, even though we're supporting them, they can't be there where they are without us. But they want us to fight with each other. They do. They want to divide, across the aisle. Those people are evil. No, those people are evil. Why are they making a big deal about Trump's tax returns? Trump, Biden, whoever, none of them are going to do anything for me. Whoever wins, the country sucks already. So whoever wins won't change that. Well, I don't believe the country sucks already. When it comes to politics, duct tape bandit, it is rigged, and they do only look out for their special interest for a majority of. And it's kind of like Reagan. Ronald Reagan had the trickle down, economics, voodoo economics, and that's basically what a lot of is. They start at the top, they take care of their friends, and what may trickle down either helps us or it doesn't. As for why people are, worried about his taxes, I don't know. It's more of a precedence. Every presidential candidate, every presidential candidate has always released their tax returns, and then he refused to. And now, according to what's been released in the New York Times, I can understand why. Oh, okay. So thank you for the reference to the Shadok. The CCP is the Chinese Communist Party. You don't have to talk about it, but look into it personally. Well, I have, and let's just say that neither one of the side of the aisles on the dealings with the Chinese Communist Party is dealing with the Chinese Communist Party with clean hands. That's all I'm going to say. It's both sides. Yeah, it is. I mean, that's base of of our democracy. To the right to vote. I mean, some places you lose the right to vote if you're convicted of a felon, but in other places, if you're a felon, you can still vote. Rigged indeed. Yeah. The days of Mr. Smith goes to Washington to make good for his constituents, those are long gone. Long gone. I mean, and I know people who've run for city councils or school boards, or just something as as simple as a port authority, for shipping port, and within a matter of maybe 6 months, they became a completely different person. I mean, they'll smile and kiss a baby to get reelected, but they've become some of the most evil, self-centered individuals I've ever met. And it's like, I know who you are. This is not who you are. Why did you become this way? Because it all goes to them. It all goes to their head. A corrupt system. Even those who try to do good eventually have to bow to the power of the system, and it sucks. Division destroys. That is absolutely correct, Reichart. Good morning, Eve. Actually, if I'm being honest, I look out for me and my too. No one helps me. No one has ever helped me, so I understand them looking for for their people. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's in a lot of ways duct tape bandit. That's the way I live my life, is I look out for myself, but at the same time, I spend a lot of time helping nonprofits, charities, those who do good within my community. Within my community, you can't build a better community unless you start at the bottom up, and that's the way I look at it. Some people just need that one little tiny piece to be able to lift up, maybe their social economic level. Maybe their car broke down, but they just need to be able to get to work so they can lift their family up out of poverty. If you give back to your community and you take care of those companies, and nonprofits that are at the bottom who actually really care, you can make a better community. And I've seen, lives completely change, from someone who was once homeless to got into a shelter, from a shelter to a studio apartment, and now he has a 6-bedroom home, and he's giving back to the community the same way that he got lifted up. Scott Schulte, Shulte. Schulte, is that how you pronounce his last name? I'm speaking of. He was once living underneath a bridge. He went from that to living in a 6-bedroom home and giving back to the community that helped him get from there to there. And now he's working on his master's degree. But they got him clean, they got him housed, they got him clothed, and he lifted himself up. He did all the rest himself. And he looked out for himself first before he could give back. He had to make sure that he was in a safe place where he was able to give back. Bye, Rain Dancer. I didn't do squat yesterday. Happy, no blood transfusions needed this time. Just iron infusions Monday. Well, I hope you are feeling better, Rain Dancer. Let's hope that they don't have to do any more blood transfusions. You stay safe out there until next time. Wait, Caleb, those hats will never be sold on Teespring. I'm eventually, probably at the end of this year, I'm going to do away with Teespring altogether. I just cannot offer anything of value at their prices anymore. For the longest time, I was able to offer T-shirts and other items at a reasonable price. And as the COVID crisis came out, it became more and more obvious to me that Teespring wasn't going to adjust their prices or do anything to really help me as the creator offer a lower price point to fans and people who wanted to buy the gear. So that's why those hats and the mugs and everything else, I'm buying these through a completely different channel, and I'm doing limited runs of production to, because I've never dealt with this company before. I'm checking on their quality. How does the actual quality look? Is it up to par? Do they have other options that Teespring didn't offer? Eventually, one of these days, once I get to the 100,000 subscriber or more level, I will eventually move my merchandise completely to Bunker branding. But in the meantime, between now and then, I found another company. Right now, they seem like they're going to be able to fill in. So I've been buying the hats, as you were talking about, Caleb. I'm buying them, checking the quality out and the runs and everything else, and then I'm reselling them myself. Now, I'm not sure how I'm going to do that yet, and that's the part that my daughter is actually, I'm waiting for her to have a day off from work so she can actually show me how to set up either an e-commerce site or something, because I can't have this company print and then ship the item. They won't do that part. They'll do all the merchandise in the world. You can get everything from flags to hats to shirts to mugs. You can get everything from them, but they don't ship directly to the consumer. They print the items, and then it's up to me to handle the rest of it. So JJ and Tylee, please never forget the victims, all the victims in that series of tragic events. JJ, Tylee, Tammy, Charles, Joseph, all of them. We need to remember the victims of that crime. Bye, Rain Dancer. I've helped a kid out of high school. He now has a job, a wife, a baby, a car, and good credit score. That's cool, Gypsy. If we had more people, just try to help. If we helped, each other, people who are at our level or below us, we can all do a lot more than any politician will ever do for us. Thank you, Amber. I appreciate it. Kristalina, I wouldn't be surprised unless they do an absolute reversal of where they are at right now, for their policy wise. I mean, don't get me wrong. The quality of the merchandise that they do make and supply is great. It is very good quality. It's just you can't. I mean, I can't offer a T-shirt to someone and say, you know what, I'm sorry, but I got to charge you $23 for this shirt. You can't do that. And when I can get the same shirt and pretty much the same quality. I mean, they're both Hanes T-shirts, but I can get the same quality from another company for $16. That's the sale price. Me offering it to you. I mean, and they don't want to cut the price. They don't want to deal with you. And I'm like, how about volume? And there's no volume discount. If you have a large channel, like say you have, your Cutie Pie or some other channel with 10, 20 million, subscribers, they don't offer a discount on merchandise at all. If you sell 5 million T-shirts through them, they don't offer a discount. Or if you sell one, they don't offer a discount. Excuse me. So unless they make a reversal, and I've sent them an email and I said, look, this is the drop dead point where I can't deal with your company anymore after this point unless we find a way to mutually agree upon a price point where I can offer this stuff and we can speed up the actual shipping, because you buy a T-shirt today in Teespring, you might not get it for 2 weeks, and that's just because their shipping is kind of slow. Joseph Ryan's sister did a live stream last night with lots of good information about JJ and Tylee's mother, Lori Vallow. I did not know that, So. I did not know that. Good morning. It is 16:09 in the UK. 4:09. Well, no, 1600. So that'd be 4:09 p.m. So it's morning here, evening there. Lisa Sums, welcome. The voice of truth and justice. Well, I try to do the best I can, Lisa. That's all I can do. I'm human, and I'm flawed just like every other human on earth. I make mistakes, but when I do make mistakes, I humbly, apologize and let everyone know that I've made a mistake. And that's all we can do in this world, is when we make mistakes, learn from them and move on to make sure that we don't do and don't repeat those same mistakes again. Well, they're not going to duct tape bandit. My friend who is an accountant, my friend Kenny, um, and he read into the stimulus package pretty much. All it's basically doing is giving you an advance on the tax credits that you will get next year. They're not going to ask you like, okay, it's January 3rd, send me back your $1,200, or if you were a business and you got 10,000, give us back that $10,000 January 3rd. They're basically just giving you an advance on what they are going to give you as a tax credit next year. So next year, when 2021, when people file their taxes, they're going to see that deduction taken right off of what their taxes were, unless they extend it, and they may. It all depends on who gets reelected. If Trump gets reelected or if Biden gets in. I mean, of course, that's all subject to change, isn't it? We don't know. I mean, tomorrow afternoon they could ask us, all for the money back. Now, me and my wife, we didn't get it. I made too much money the year before, and with everything combined, taxes from everything and investments, because we own a couple of investment properties, and the way that the government figured it out was like, well, you have investment properties. Oh, you have income here. You don't get it. So I know people who are on Social Security who are on retirees who never got a dime. They live on like $1,200, $1,300 a month. That's all they have, and they got zero. Boop, butkus. So. Duct tape. I have no children, so I never get back what I pay in any ways. People are swearing that they are not going to take it back, but this is America. I do not trust the government. I don't trust them either. Don't. To use a line from one of my favorite movies of all time, a line from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. The secretary told Mr. Rooney, the principal, that he doesn't trust him. And she said to him, well, you shouldn't throw him anyways with your bad back. Don't ever trust the government because, well, you can't throw them. Good morning, Gayla. Sorry if I missed you earlier. Just having coffee, making soup and salad, buying pizza later. Hubby is off work today. Well, I hope you both have a great day today. Yeah, well, and on that same note that you were talking about earlier, duct tape bandit. So me and my wife, we never we get the child credit for our son, but we don't get any other like was it earn something other credit, something like that. But we always have to file long form for everything that we have going on in our lives. But I know people who have 2 or 3 children who are 4th, 5th generation welfare recipients. And I'm not bashing people who are on welfare. Make sure you absolutely understand that. But they are 4th or 5th generation welfare recipients. They have not worked ever in their lives. Never had even a part-time job. Who will get $6,000, $7,000 back every year. And I'm not bashing those who are on welfare. Again, the system is freaking stupid and it's broken because they have children. They get that money back, and I can understand if the ones that I know, and I'm only using small sample sizes for the ones that I know. and that's only 4 or 5 of them that are like that. But it's a very small sample size, and it's not exactly enough to draw a conclusion of the entire system. But they always use the money to take vacations, buy new cars or toys. My wife's going to Interpeas. My wife is going to the farmers market here in about an hour. We have a Saturday market here that runs, I think, for another 2 weeks, and then the farmers market closes for the year. And then we have a co-op where the farmers market actually moves inside, so it's not outside. I love the farmers market here. You get to buy from small independent farmers. Bought a bag of sweets and trick-or-treats. Forgot we won't be able to have trick-or-treaters. Yeah, we're not allowed to have trick-or-treaters here either, Crystalina. No trick-or-treaters. I didn't buy any, but maybe you'll see me there. No, actually, I'm going golfing, and my wife is going to the farmers market. But yeah, I get it. It was funny. Yeah, that's true. I see you. I understand that. The new governments everywhere are all in the same boat. They don't look at their own citizens and help their own citizens first. In a lot of cases. So I'm 51 and I've worked ever since I was 15 until now. I'm sorry. At 51, did you retire because you wanted to, or you got laid off? I'm not sure about the background there. So I had my first job when I was a child. I was, I think, 7. I sorted bricks at a construction site. They knocked down old brick buildings, and I'd sort good bricks from bad bricks. And then I've worked all my entire life too. We're about the same age. Just want to tell you how many folks I've turned onto your YouTube channel to find the actual facts and topics that you cover. They text me back and thank me. Well, that's great. I'm glad you enjoy the content, Bossy Toes, and thank you for doing that. Dependency on the government's dole. I too know families that that way. As a girl, I've worked out of the neighborhood with education, something that can never be taken away. That is true. That's something that I've always, Lisa, that's something I've always told my daughter. Whatever happens in this life, they can take a lot of things from you, but they can never take away your education and your knowledge. The more education and knowledge you have, the better off you'll be in this world. You can lose everything tomorrow. Everything can be gone. Your home, your cars, your everything that you own, every scrap of clothing on your back. But you can never take away someone's education. Oh, you had to leave because of asthma. Doc said no. Stay away from public, compromised immune system. That sucks. So. I'm really sorry about that. Maybe there's something that you can do that where you can still work from home. I know a lot of companies out there that are going to remote employment. I mean, I don't know where you are in the U.S. or in the world, but I know, like, in King County, which is a county in Washington State, it's one of the largest in Washington State. They're going to be working from home until July of 2021. I mean, maybe there's employment out there where you can still work but be from home, with your compromised immune system. But I hope the best for you, so. I hope that there's something out there you can find. If nothing else, you got to find a way to keep your mind active, and your body too. Go for a walk. Something, whatever you can do within your own physical abilities. No, you can't will, and that's why it's important to always keep learning. Yeah, very true. Miss Carolina girl, good afternoon, Carolina girl. Sorry I didn't say hello. I almost missed you there. Welcome to the stream. Glad you could be here this morning. Hope you are doing well. I got to nip to the shops. Love you all. I hope you all have a nice rest today and this evening. Bye, Kristalina. Thank you for being here today. Lisa, take care, Will. Enjoy the family and friends today, and thank you for sharing the wonderful knowledge and continuing in my education. Thank you. Thank you, Lisa. No problemo. My wife says that to me all the time. No problemo. Sorry, I had to check my text message. It was good to see you all. Have a great rest of your day. Bye for now. Happy Halloween. Bye, Soccer Mom of One. You have a great day as well. And happy Halloween. Yoga with Lori Lucas. Happy Halloween. I'm thinking of a cartoon my son watches. Happy. This is my favorite one. I like to sing it all day long. Because it makes me happy. I swear to God, that's an actual real song. My son watches it on his little tablet when we're in the car. It's like these cartoon characters that they're singing about happy song. He loves to listen to his happy. Things that stick in your head. Gunslinger jerky special secret recipe. Anyone know what happened to Suzanne morphine case? Gypsy Queen? Cece. Go over to Cece's channel. She was just talking about Suzanne morphine case yesterday, and I believe a couple days before. That's Cece's channel, Coffee with Cece. I have the outfit Will is wearing. LOL. Do you? I like it. This is about as close as I get to a costume. I have another shirt. Well, it's a T-shirt that says "This is my Halloween costume." It's just a plain, T-shirt. Alan Green, good morning. Welcome to the stream, Alan. I hope you are doing well. Amber A. Eat extra candy, everyone. LOL. Yeah, I'm not going to eat any. I'm not a big sweets fan. I don't eat ice cream. I don't eat really when it comes to candy or anything like that. Every once in a while, I'll have a salted nut roll, the original, or a payday. But I prefer the salted nut roll. But that's just something that's just been, I've been doing for every once in a while. I'll have one. I haven't had one in probably a week or so, but not a big sweets fan. And before that, it was probably 8 months, 9 months. I don't drink soda, unless it's mixed with something else. Da-da-da-da. Yes, I do. My son, I love Jack. My dog is named Sally after his girlfriend in Inner Peas. At Inner Peas. Gypsy Queen used to have a dog named Zero. That's cool. My very first dog that I ever had when I was a little boy, I'd have to really seriously think, how old I was then. I think I was 4, maybe 5, somewhere in there. But we had a German Shepherd, a full purebred German Shepherd that Dad said, pick out a name, and how, a bunch of children stand around. We named the dog Tiny. Tiny, 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 tiny. Tiny the German Shepherd. He was a full-size German Shepherd, probably, to me, as thinking back on that, he was bigger than me, but we named him Tiny. I've never had a dog named Zero, though. I've had a lot of pets my entire life, though. I had a dog named Scruffy. He just wandered into our yard one day and never left. We have no idea where he actually came from. He just never left. So he lived with us for ever. My mother-in-law has a dog named Scruffy now. Well, Scruffy's a nickname for the dog. Zero would be a great name for a male dog. You had a rat named Dirty Pig. That's cool. My wife had 2 rats. She had one that she named Turret, because it would burrow in underneath the shavings in the terrarium, whatever it is. And the only time you'd ever see it is it'd poke its head out and look around and back down. And then she had another one, but I can't remember the name of it though. It was years before I started dating her. Tiny the German Shepherd. Yeah. Yep. He was an ex police dog. I talked about that case before on here. One of those cases I'll never solve, but I already know the answer to the case. I just can't prove it. I have a blue pit named DOG. That's cool. That's cool, duct tape bandit. DOG. I had a husband called, couldn't keep it at home. He couldn't keep the husband anymore. Had to get rid of that shit. I was going to say my next dog, then I thought about that. LOL. Zero as a male chocolate miniature pincher. My friend John has he has two male miniature pinchers. I was wondering why he bought miniature pinchers. He said he likes them. So they're great dogs, very loyal. He'll be out in his driveway working on his motorcycle, or his car or something. And they'll just come out and they'll lay right on the ground next to him, just watch him. Never has to put him on a leash or anything. And he's done very little to ever train them. They just that way since they were a puppy. People can walk by, they don't care. As long as they don't come and approach him, because they don't like that. I had a friend with a cat named Cipher. C for cat. Dog. It's amazing what people pick for different names. I had a cat named Shiny. I was just a little kid. It was an all white cat, long hair. I don't think it was a calico, but it had long hair. But we named it Shiny. I've got two cats now. One is Bogey, the golfing term, 1 over par, Bogey. And then I have Tebow. And Tebow was actually named Tebow from the people who had him before, who abandoned him at my house. Lady put up wanted posters, missing posters for the cat. I called them. I'm like, hey, your cat's on my front porch eating right now. She came by. She was like, yep, that's him. And then she left. She came back, brought me a small bag of cat food and said he's happier here. Just left him. PETA. Cat named PETA. The miniature pincher and a wiener dog. Wow, no, the only dog that's ever bit me was a Pekingese. Man, that sucker was mean. But we think he was losing his freaking mind because he was a nice dog for the longest time, and then he just started turning on everybody like towards the last couple of years of his life. It was just weird, but I mean that thing was just vicious. You'd walk in the house and he would go right through your Achilles tendon, and as you're walking in, right at the back of your foot. So you had to watch when you walked in the house where you stepped near the dog, and then they picked the dog up and they put the dog in the other room because where he couldn't get out when people were over. Calico cats are mostly female. I hear if you get a male calico, they're sterile. There might be. I just can't. When it comes to like different breeds of domestic house cats, I'm not really I know obviously, there's different breeds, different lines, but I don't know what the names of them are. I just know it was long. He had long white hair, and we named it Shiny. When kids have the opportunity to name pets, they're going to come up with some weird ones. My cat growing up was Gumdrop. She turned into an obese chunk that would eat anything. Wow. I got a dog like that right now, Carolina girl. When he was a puppy, he would eat pop cans and anything he can get his hands on. He'd go out into the back part of the property, and he'd find himself a tree, and he'd just lay down next to the tree and just gnaw the tree apart until it fell down like a beaver. And I'm not talking like a big tree, but sapling tree. Little dog bit me in the face when I was a teen. I still have a tiny scar on my nose. Oh, I'm sorry, very Mary. Both of my nephews were bitten by dogs in the face, and both of them got settlements from the property owner and the owner of the dog, but the property, their homeowners insurance settled out of court for their damages and plus. But and it was weird because it happened years apart from each other, to both of them. They were in their front yards playing as little kids. I think they were 10, 11 years old, and the same dogs came across the property. They jumped the fence on the guy's property, and then came over there and attacked them. Attacked one year, and then a couple years later attacked the other one. But they after the second attack, they made him put both his dogs down because they were deemed too much of a risk to keep them around. I mean, because they could have really mauled and hurt them, severely. But I never get in an animal's face. I do not like people getting in my face. Animals do not want you in their face either. That's true. Especially, if you consider, how powerful a dog's nose is compared to a human's nose. Could you imagine being that close to a dog? I mean, but then again, I'm kind of guilty at the same time. I kiss my dog on the top of the head, because he'll come up and he'll put his his neck right on my shoulder, either here or here. Just kind of lay there. When I'm sitting in my recliner, he'll jump up and his fat ass, tries to take over 90% of the chair, and then he just lays down on my chest. But he's a German Shepherd, but he's not as big as he used to be. He's now 19 years old. He's lost some weight. I am a cat lady from hell. I have 7. There are so much better than humans. All my cats are pretty good size. I have a tuxedo male named Charlie that is 16 pounds. A 16-pound cat duct tape. Wow. Very Mary, you're sensing a pattern here. At my academy, a police dog bit a recruit. We start calling the recruit Milk Bone. Camacho and Fudge, my favorite two ice creams. She got to be huge. Wow. Still here? Ever noticed that most YouTubers love pets? Well, most of the channels that I follow, they have pets. Yeah. Well, I have to think about this for a second. I'd probably have to actually go through and see, who doesn't have pets. Quite a few of them have had their pets on their live streams, or their pets just decide to invite themselves onto the live stream. I was watching a live stream the other night from my friend Matt, and he has an auto mechanics channel, and he's got 2 French bulldogs, and he kicks a ball around in the yard, and they try to attack the ball, but if they ever do, they just roll off of it or bounce off of it. It's funny watching them just run around trying to catch this ball. It's it's about that big of an inflatable ball, but they just have a time running around trying to catch that thing. But just about everybody I know has either dogs or cats as a YouTuber. That's a good point. The vet gave me a diet food for her. She broke into my neighbor's house and ate the cat's food. I couldn't understand why she kept getting bigger. Fancy feast. Wow. Stick her face into my dad's beer mug and drink it. Cheetos and beer. We had to keep an eye out on her. Yeah. Now, Beast. That's the dog's name. My daughter named it as a puppy. She named it Beast from Beauty and the Beast. But Beast, he likes beer. What is it? No, it's gotta think for a second here. Oh, Duels, the non-alcoholic beer. Well, it has a tiny little bit of alcohol in it, but we buy like a 6-pack of it, and we give him about a quarter of a cup on it and pour it on his dog food. But he's liked it since he was a puppy. We don't give it to him all the time, but once or twice a month. But he likes it. Cats keep you awake. Not my cats. Tebow stays outside mainly, but during the colder months of the year like this, I mean, they can come and go and whenever they want because they have pet doors. They can come in and out through the house from the outside anytime they want. But mine, Tebow stays outside. Bogey he's a free spirit. You never know where he's going to be in 10 minutes now. A lot of times he's in here in the studio with me when I'm doing my videos or live streams, but he's not here this morning. That means he's probably still sleeping. My cat Kevin died 2 weeks ago. I miss him. 17 years of disturbed nights. Oh, I'm sorry. But your cat, Kevin, I see you. I've had some favorites over the years. I had an orange tabby. I think that's what they call it, a tabby cat. But he was orange and white, and I took care of that sucker. It was devastating when he died on me. Passed away in my arms. I came home one night and he was in the kitchen on the linoleum floor having a seizure. And I picked him up and he died, probably half hour later in my arms. Yeah. He was a great cat. Not much of what you call a mouser. He would catch mice out in the field, and then he'd bring them to me, half dead or half eaten. I was like, oh, thank you. But he was always doing great things like that. I have 2 tattoos in memory of cats I have had that passed. Orange cats are really called red. And I have 3 red tabbies. Oh. That's cool. You like people in the face. That's a spaceman. The animals are the same. You want to be a cat in your reincarnation or a man? Okay. Orange tabby was male, and the only orange kittens on the 24-hour feral cat live stream I watch. There's a feral cat live stream. No, thank you, so. Me and my wife feed the feral cats that are down by the river. Hello, Michelle. Will and chat. Hope everyone is having a great day so far. Yeah, we buy bags of cat food, dry food, and then split them open. And there's a bunch of dishes that are down by the river for where the feral cats are. And there's a lot of feral cats in this neck area because it's undeveloped part of town. And there'll never be any development there because it's part of the Lewis and Clark expedition where they stopped and actually camped on their way out to, through the west. And so they'll never be developed. And there's some hiking trails and stuff like that along the way, but there are a lot of feral cats that live out that way. And people have put dishes out for them, and some people have made little homes, houses for them so they can get out of the weather. But the city goes down and they catch them, and then they're a lot of them are fixed, so the population won't keep on booming. And then after they either spay or neutered them, and then they released them back into the area where they're at now. So they're kind of like a joy for people as you're walking along. The walking path there, you might find a bench, and there might be a couple cats just sunning themselves in the shade, shady areas, but sunny during the summer months or fall. So it's a really cool deal. They're not all fixed though, because they can't catch them all. They put live traps out for them. They did it for quite a few years in the area to catch them all, but they've never been able to catch them all. Some of them are just too smart. Yes, Will, it's called Tiny Kittens. They're in Canada. I'll have to check that out. Trap and release is something that we need in our town. When males are trapped and released, they clip and tip their ear so they know they're sterilized. Yeah, they do the same thing here, but every one of them are also microchipped. They fix them, they clip their ear, and they microchip them, so they know when they've gotten their last series of shots, and when they're at that they're fixed as well. But they stopped doing it. So this is 2020 now, so it was 2018 is when they stopped. You can tame a feral cat in no time. I've never tried to tame a feral cat. I've had some cats that are freaking nuts who I swear, became feral, while they lived with me. Mama Cat Rescue does it in the Birmingham, Alabama area. Cats will line up when they see them coming. That's cool. Yeah, but we go down, we fill the dishes. We do it through a local, I don't know what you call them. They're a nonprofit organization, but it's called Mikey's Rescue. But we feed them, and then we also raise money and buy dog food and puppy food for sheltered animals at Mikey's Rescue. It's not the Humane Society. We volunteer with the Humane Society. We used to a lot until we had differences with the people who run our local Humane Society. It's a no-kill shelter, but me and my wife used to go there and take care of the cats. And it got to the point where they were putting money towards certain things that we didn't agree with, and they didn't want to put money towards, if a cat came in and or it was caught or whatever, was voluntarily turned in and had respiratory issues, they wouldn't spend the money to treat the cat. And that was basically our last straw. We was like, nope, that's it. We're out of here. You're going to spend the money on this instead of the simple fix for the cat. So we left. We've been volunteering with Mikey's Rescue ever since. You have a feral you tamed. She's 15. She had 4 kittens, all female, that I kept too. Yoko, Tagger, written Whitten and Gil. Mama is Jackie. I have Jackie and Whitten still. Wow, that's cool. Tiny Kittens. They catch the pregnant feral cats and put the kittens up for adoption. All kittens get spayed and neutered. Mamas sometimes get adopted to go back to the feral community. That's cool. A lot of people don't realize just how quickly, the population of a couple of, feral cats can get out of control. It really is. I mean, they don't realize. They're like, oh, I got a kitten. And they'll get them around Christmas time or around someone's birthday, and then they don't realize just how quickly, cat can, one cat can become, four, or they'll have a litter underneath your home or in your backyard or something. And now you got 5 cats. You only wanted 1, but no, yeah, you have 5. It gets out of control really quickly. Gotta go, my friends. Happy Halloween, everyone. Bye, Gayla. You have a great day and stay safe out there. I also have a yellow belly slider turtle named Speedy Claxton. That's cool. I want to get more. I used to have poisonous dart frogs. I want to get more frogs. I still have the terrarium and everything. It's up here in the attic space. But I've got to get going as well, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you again for everybody who stopped in today and had rambling conversations about everything and nothing at all at the same time. And thank you to everyone who sent a super chat or a super sticker, and just being here in general. Everyone, thank you very much. If you can, like it says on the screen here, I'm doing a premiere video tonight at 8 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Cece's stream is at 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And Chatterbox is doing her special and the very first live stream and everything on her channel tonight, starting off tonight at 10 p.m. Central. So if you can, stop in, if you have time, tell everybody, hello, thank you, give them a thumbs up, or just tell them, give them a word of encouragement. I would appreciate it if you guys could do that for them. All right, everyone. Please have a safe and happy Halloween. Until next time.